Woohoo! Hey, welcome everybody back to Hex Token, and of course your host Superman. I feel like we're gonna have a good session, and then I'm gonna have Chinese food. How about that? A good Hex live stream number 2, and some Chinese food, and you know what? Some sci-fi. That's how I roll here, and so that's what we're gonna be doing today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We're gonna have a look at the Hex price charts, people dollar cost averaging as well, sitting limit orders, and of course we're watching for the bottom yet. We're not quite there yet. Doesn't mean that we don't know when the bottom price is exactly. Obviously, we're going to look at that. Of course, it can move sideways, can be a bit weaker. And, of course, also will depend on the bigger markets. We're going to check all that out. Get into the chat, though. That's the main thing. Say hello. That's what we'd love to see. We've got Brazil's in the house there. Let's go. Woo! We've got Hardy Hexalorin as well. Good morning, Hex in the AM. Says Hardy Hexalorin. Not even quite sure what the last one was there, Hardy Hexalorin. We've got thumbs up from CJ in the house there, and Hex Biker as well. Hey, from the UK. Good morning. Oh, yeah. A lot of people in the UK waking up now, I guess. Be early in the morning there. And I need to get my time schedule up there as well, because it's probably pretty early. Big shout out. In fact, what time is it on the countries? I got Paris. It's currently, what is that? 7:45 in Paris. What time would that be? Is that today? Oh, it is today. 10 hours behind. In the morning, 7:45 in the morning. Really? Wow. Okay. And I guess that must be pretty close to the UK time there. UK is probably slightly behind that, I guess. We've got Sydney at the 3:45. So that's a couple of hours behind. What's an hour behind? Is that only 2 hours behind? 2 hours behind in Sydney, 3:45, and Tokyo 3 hours behind. It is currently 3:45. So 3 hours behind in Tokyo. I got another one here, Cupertino. I'm not sure where that is. 19 hours behind. That's massively behind. It's still like 10:30 at night. That's insane. That's almost a whole day behind there. And Cupertino, wherever that heck that is. Let me know in the chat if you know where that is. A beautiful Sunday morning is in the UK. Nice, Hex Biker. That's very cool. AK says, my predicted 3 cent levels. Don't spend all your dry powder. Hex will see 1 to 2 cents and could lower than 1 cent on a full crypto market capitulation on bottom to a delicious price level. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, AK. I think the trend is still not over yet, so we can see that on my chart there. AK says your 20, 24, 25 sell. Well, thank you, says AK. You really think it's that far out? I don't know about that. I think that's a bit far out, but we will see. Brazaji says, well, certainly the prices I expect to be way higher than at that time. Okay. Precisely, Cupertino here is in California. That's where Apple's located. Okay, cool, Briz. Thanks for that. So that is 19 hours behind. That's amazing. That's saying that it's telling me it's 10:45 in the evening. So is that what time it is there where you are, Briz? 19 hours behind me. Far out. That's a long time, man. That's a long time indeed. Brazil's always getting the stuff from the future here. Crispy Bacon's in the house here. My DXDCA level hit. But I think we're going further down, slowly building a nice stack here. That's the thing, right? So we've got some people DCAing at this level. It kind of helps to keep the price up, actually. And then, of course, the chart sort of saying maybe we're getting a little bit further to go. We've definitely got the support here at 3.6 cents there. We have hit it once, remember, back in the day. So that's pretty much where we're at the stage. We're waiting for the yellow line, the 13 EMA there, to cross over the 50 moving average. Sorry, let me rephrase myself. The 50% mark there for the price range and the Bollinger Bands. That has not happened yet. And, of course, when we do see that happen, we see the trend reversal in play on the occasion. So still waiting for that, not closed, which means that we are still in that price discovery phase. But we do have 3.6 cents holding up so far once again. We got the crypto markets, of course, BTC at 27,400. That has come off since our first live stream. Ouch, ouchie, ouchie. What's it down? $1,200. So since our live stream, I think it was 28,500 about 4 or 5 hours ago. Ethereum is at 1442. Ouchie, ouchie. So AK be loving this dollar cost average area here. But that's pretty significant for ETH. That's a significant fall. That is the big fall there for ETH. That is pretty big. 1441 there on ETH there. That's a major cop. I actually didn't see that until just now. Man, that's pretty serious. 14%. Wow, that's we're getting in that full bear mode now, and we've been talking about that some time. 1442 Wow, that's some crazy stuff right there as well. So that is Bitcoin's actually looking relatively better than the Ethereum. Ethereum's looking really bad there, 14%. But of course, we often see that. BNB at 255. Ouch. Remember, we were at 325, 325. Was it a week ago, maybe? It feels like a week ago. That's at 255 now. Wow. How is USD Tether holding up then in the midst of that? USD Tether on the green there, 2024. So that's holding up there, USD Tether on there. Interesting. And of course, USD Tether is holding okay. USDC is holding okay from a stablecoin point of view. But man, that is pretty sad there for the Ethereum there, 1442. Man, that's a smashing. Boy. Well, I expect a lot more stuff from Richard Art over the next few days as well. Joyce says at 10:44 p.m. here in Cali. Yep, 10:45. That is, I confirmed that with my clock over here. That's pretty insane. AK says correct. I meant in the next BTC bull run. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. X would be an insane multi-dollar level. Agree with that. Okay. Hardy Hexaloin says, yep, close to bedtime here in California, says Hardy Hexaloin. Sounds like it. But I know the Americans love staying up late, so I know that that's the case because I see so many online sometimes when I'm on there. Hex Bikers in the house with a super sticker. Breakfast wouldn't be the same without you, suit man. Thanks for your awesome streams, Hex Biker. £5.55p. There, £5.55p. Did I say it right? Is that the UK terminology? £5.55p. A big shout out to Hex Biker for the super sticker and breakfast. Wouldn't be the same. I appreciate that. So a big shout out. And Hex Down Under says, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday for sure. It's obvious course here in California, still Sunday. Actually, it's Sunday here. Actually, I just realized. Actually, what did I think it was on Monday? I thought it was on Monday. That's kind of crazy. It is 5:48 p.m. here on Sunday. Almost dinner time. My friend is off to get the Chinese food. You know how we roll, Chinese and sci-fi. We're supposed to do it yesterday on Saturday, but some things were happening, so we got it today instead. Katie says, "Hey all, woo!" Says Katie. Katie's in the house with the bread and the ducks. Yeah, with that Ethereum down so much there, and of course BTC actually still holding up relatively okay. Let's see where the BTC decides to hold up there. Danson says, here we go to 22. Yeah, that's the next level, 22, 23. But 22 is probably more likely on that range. But we're still holding up at 27,500. It's pretty stubborn. But Ethereum decides to obviously moves bigger than the BTC when it moves. But for next year, this bear has been pretty tame so far. More like a cub market. Yeah, it's like a slow, was it a death by 1,000 cuts? It's been a bit like that, isn't it? But for next, but a bit death by 1,000 cuts. Yo, Brendan's in the house. Smoking some meat at the moment. Nice. Smoking some meat out there on the barbecue, or you got a little hot cooker. I know Americans like hot cookers. I'm pretty sure you're in America there, Brendan. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. I probably am wrong. TB Bishop says, hello, Xskins ATB. Hey, Legend says, D-Dally.'s in the house. Good to see you there. Yeah, the big move today, Ethereum. That's the big move. That's very significant, down at 1447. Finally capitulated from that 1700 mark. That is a pretty big day today in the bear market theme. That is definitely in it. But BTC still holding 27,400. That's still kind of interesting where it's holding there at this stage. So can it hold on to that point? We will find out. Now, what else we got here? We've got, so we've looked at the Hex there. Hex sitting just over 4 cents. We're going to have a look at the hourly on Hex because that looks a little bit better on the hourly there. We've got a little bit of recovery. We went down 4 hours ago. We were down as low as 3.8 cents. So just above our support at 3.6. And we've been up there a little bit there, up to 4.1. 4.1 there. So that is on the Hex and Hedron. Hedron bounced off the all-time low here. Bounced off 290, 250 it bounced off. 250. 250. I had my mouse in the wrong place. 250 it bounced off 250, and the high is 290. Ouch. And of course, under these bearish market conditions with large volumes, that's gonna particularly, struggle there. And of course, that is an all-time low. Let's have a look at Maxi. Maxi holding up like a boss, man, versus Hex, 72%. And of course, we did our first live stream covering the new Maxi product coming out, I guess, in a couple months' time. I think the dev, was a dip catcher, is on his wedding holidays. I think it's like 2-3 weeks on wedding holidays. I think he's got a week to go, and he's talking about the new products. I mean, that's a dev for you, right? That's a dev on your honeymoon. But you take a bit of time out to talk about your products because you're so passionate about it. That's what happens. They get so passionate. So a big shout out to Catcher there. Hope he's having a great time on his honeymoon. Woohoo! Rock on for that. Woohoo! On honeymoon there. Definitely special moment in life. So make the most of that too. We got Maxi, 72% premium over X, holding strong like a boss. And then of course we got PLSD there at $2.02. And remember, this is a free airdrop, so this is actually holding up pretty well. 2x up from the launch price of $1. Still holding there, but we've got a red plane at the moment, and it's just down a bit further, so we're going to take that down for here. That's no Top Gun there at the moment. That's no Top Gun Maverick there at the moment. That is maybe it's doing one of those fancy tricks before it wraps back up there. It's probably got a bit of support around the $2, pretty psychological, and it's got some support here around $1.80. So we'll see how it gets on there. The bearish trend is in play. But once again, that has these two, Maxi and Pulse Dodge, have that scarcity feature, which actually probably gives them a bit more support. Plus the Pulse Dodge coin has the 100-day, 47 days left in the launch phase. Let's see if the whales have got some US dollar dry powder to pump into that beauty baby there for sure. But man, oh man, that ETH is the talk of the town right now. I just noticed that, man. I can't believe it. I've been so distracted with things today. I did not keep tabs of that actually dropping down to that level. That's a pretty big deal there as well. Who else we got in the chat there? We got Lals in there. What's up? 1049 in Tucson, Arizona. Love it. What was I watching? Jim Rat Crypto. He posted some, I think it was at like some sort of like bar or something. It looked like one of those southern bars where you have a lot of fun and all that. I think it was with a group of girls or something, and they were doing the twerk dance. Jim Rat Crypto posted that twerk dance, and so he's got some girls doing a twerk dance or something. And it reminds me of that kind of bar where you go there and you do I guess you just hang out, but you also have the cow, the old cow dancing? I always forget the step dancing, whatever it's called, cowboy step dancing. And then, of course, they often have some of those southern ones, particularly they have the bull riding where you can ride the bull as well. I always wanted to go to one of those. I think it would be pretty fun. You got to go one with a lot of atmosphere, right? You can't go to one that's kind of too empty or something. Maybe it's a quiet place. Brendan's in house there. I'm Aussie lol. Got some meat in the smokehouse. Sorry, Brendan. I apologize for that. I thought I was wrong about that once I said it. I was like, I've got to be wrong in there. Is your smokehouse in the Barbie? Yeah, TV. That's a fair question, Brendan. Is smokehouse in the Barbie? Sorry, lol, says TV. The lower it goes, the closer to launch, says Prisology. That's true too. That's the other way of looking at the lower the Hex price goes, the closer to launch. DB went lower than I thought it would, but caught in the bottom. Awesome, ready for more if it goes lower. Yeah, like everyone's trying to find. We're waiting for the bottom. Definitely, this chart here does tell us that we're still not there yet without the crossover. And of course, we're at 3.944 at the moment in the Hex price there. Someone just sold a little, but they're all actually spiked. Are you kidding me? Really? During the live stream, OMG, really? Spiked to 3.2. That's got to be a bot trade, right? That's got to be a bot trade. Actually got to get out of there and actually have a look at that now. That just happened during the live stream. Looks like we had some sort of spike there. What was that on? USD V3, I'm gathering that I'm on. USD, where's the liquidity? Let's have a look here. Bam, is it that one? Or maybe it's this one. So we're going to show trades on this. And 3.2, no, there we are. So let's have a look at this. We're at 4 cents. Then we had someone sell 742,000 X and went down to 3.2. Someone sold 440. That went down to 0.091. Are you kidding me? 1 cent on this hourly chart? Really? Doesn't show up on that graph though. 3.2. It shows us 3.2. But this one here at $400, so 1 cent mark there. That's only pretty small though, 444,000 X there. Then we jump back to we had a buy of 20,000 at 20,000 there. So that there looks like a bot play, doesn't it? That one. Hard to tell actually. Look, the numbers are quite different. 673. So yeah, went 3 cents then, and then of course we had another buy 1,000 back to 3.9 cents. So some weird price action there. But hey, that's 3.2 cents. So that's a little spike down below. We're now back at 4 cents. A bit of weird, looks like a bot kind of thing there. We'd have to go check it, but kind of does look that kind of body trade, or at least some sort of spec trader there. Interesting stuff. Interesting times. All happening pretty fast, right? That's what happens in crypto. It happens pretty fast. Fast on the way up, fast on the way down. But of course, over the days, it's kind of been quite slow. It's just that at the day at the moment, when it does get that strong bearish sense to it, it gives you a couple of days rest, and then it's bear, and then a couple of days rest, bear. Just like on the way up, where you try to catch the bull market as well. Hex Token says, so enough of the bear, enough tears. Let's start Pulse. It's time for X run, says Hex Token. It will come, Hardy, but we're going to have to go through these red candles first from the looks of it. PB says that we might be cousins. I'm Irish, we might be cousins. That's funny. HNT is down 25% in the last 24 hours. Square dancing, thanks, Briz. Yeah, it's square dancing I'm thinking of. And line dancing. Yeah, square dancing and line dancing. That's the one. Line dancing, lol, says KD. Yeah. Come to America and I will take you square dancing, lol. I've never done it, says Briz. That'd be funny, man. My bad. Line dancing. Yeah, line dancing. Yeah, line dancing, square dancing. Holy, says TV. Imagine selling 440,000 X in 2022. Yeah, seems pretty crazy to be honest. Brennan says we might be the smoke is different to the barber. Yeah. Cold Key's in the house there. Hey, we got Cold Key for Maximus in the house. Hex Token is a legend. Hit the like button. You definitely smash that like button. Hey, good to have you in the house there, Gold Key. Yeah, we are just talking about Dipcatcher earlier on his honeymoon there, yeah, with the new products coming out. So big shout out to your team. We love what you're doing. It is a major contribution to the ecosystem that the Maximus team are working on. Very cool. What else we got there? So $3.9 cents, I should say. Man, it's crazy when you talk about cents and you actually say dollars, or if you're talking about millions and you actually say billions, or you're talking about billions you actually say million. So quite a magnitude off there. So yeah, 3.9 cents at the moment, and of course 3.6 is our defend line there. The hourly chart does show us with that short trade of hitting at 3.2 cents on the short, but that one there says actually 1 cent on the small one here. That's kind of pretty weird. It doesn't show up on the chart. Pretty weird stuff too. You'd think that these would show the proper dates there, so there must be a reason for that. Proper prices, I should say. There must be a reason for that. So that's pretty much where that is. So if this is what's happening to the ETH charts, obviously ETH being down quite a bit, right? So ETH is down quite a bit. These are USD pairings, and Hex is a maxi Hex pairing. But what is happening to the BNB pairing? Down dramatically, 255 OMG. That's down a lot. And of course, we will check that out on the BNB charts here. We're going to check Pulse Dodge, the original. That's down 16%. P33 down 7%. So that's down at under 0.5% now. So just over 0.4 of a penny is Pulse Dodge on the BNB chain. Man, oh man, that's pretty sad. That's on the daily chart too. So other than the spike back on the 15th of January, that's the all-time low. If you excluded the spike here, went down to 371. This is currently at 435. So with 2 zeros in front, some pretty crazy stuff there. Pulse 33 or P33 is also down at 1751 on the daily. So look, this is 7.5 cents on P33 there, and we'll see. It's not the all-time low though, but it's pretty close there. Now this is, if I remember rightly, this looks a little bit like. Let's drag up the daily chart, daily chart there. So you can see that, yeah, that's still just below the beginning there, 25 cents, and it's currently at 17.5. So I guess from that perspective, it's not too bad. But compared to the all-time high there of $2.48, you'd be pretty seriously out of the money at the moment. You have to definitely bide your patience down at 17.51 there. Obviously launching towards the, I guess, when the end of the, near the end of the, during the bear market going down, second half of the bear market, we would say. So that's the other thing. And BB being down so much. These are all paired with Wrap BNB. And then you got Internet Money, which had the 90% burn. And you can see that that looks a lot like the Hedron chart in some ways. And of course, you had your big rally at the top here, and then sell down. So we're sitting at 674 at the moment, 674. But that's off the low. So that's not as bad as some of the other charts there as well. Now, cool VIP, as we say, cool VIP. That is where we're going with the charts at the stage. We've got nothing out from. We've got no Overwatch Partners has not given us any price prediction yet, so we are waiting for that. What else we got? We're also waiting for Liquid Loan Sacrifice, and I don't think we've got anything for that. The last time I checked, so we're going to have a quick look. I don't think we've got anything for Liquid Loans. Liquid Loans. So we'll have a quick look at that. Yeah, nothing out from there. Still waiting for the sacrifice balances and possibly the user interface, the testing there. So they've still got plenty of time, right? Pulsechain's not out, so there's plenty of time for that. But we're expecting it this week based on Matt's last update and his the Liquid Loans news. So we'll just have to be patient for that. But on the positive side, we did have Maximus coming out with the new product coming up in a couple of months' time. So that was exciting. Crypto Mania's in house there. My stakes are underwater, says Crypto Mania. Yeah, just need to bide your time there. At least you're earning Hex per D share every day. It's been about 6.2 Hex per day. And of course, the other option is, of course, you can actually dollar cost average in and pull your average price down, particularly if you bought up very high. So if you bought Hex at 40, 50 cents, 45, 35, 40 cents, something like that, you can dramatically pull it back down. And we're going to look at that quick briefly as well. Yeah, so the payout at the moment is 6.5 today. Looks like we've had some penalties in there, pretty hefty ones. So we're going to have a look at that. Not surprising given the price retrace at the moment. So let's have a look what we've had the last 24 hours. I actually didn't check that earlier today. Looks like we've had tons of transactions actually. There we go. So we had 22 hours ago, we had 4.4 million sold. So here's our big sellers coming in. 6.4 million sold 18 hours ago. We had some in stakes there. We had some man, are you kidding me? 2,555 days, and it finished after 379 days. Penalty massive there, 260. This one here, 2,190 days, ended 379. That's also penalized itself. And 819 over 900. That's not too bad. That's almost matured. We had a couple there. What else? Well, that's a pretty short stake there. 100 million Hex stake for 13 days. Well, we saw that earlier. I think we saw that earlier in the Hex daily stats. So we covered that one. 5 million Hex just bought. That was 1 hour ago. So that was positive. That was probably what lifted us back over that 4 cent mark. And then we had 620,000 Hex in staked, almost matured. So not too bad. Matured. So what else we got there? 2.5 million. That's almost matured, but early in stakes. And this one here almost matured, but early in stake too. So some of the bigger ones there. So we'll see whether that ends up on the market. So 2.6 million in stake 26 minutes ago. Looks like a little bit of quite a few of these. 900 days, 570 in stake. And of course, don't forget all these penalties are going back to 50% going back to Hex stakers, 50% going back to the Origin account, and therefore lower inflation. So we get this all the time. Unfortunately, obviously the price is a lot lower, but if you're buying, then you can DCA and get quite a lot of large volumes, particularly as it distributes to the retail. But unfortunately, if you're just holding your position at the moment, your portfolio values are going to come down. You've just got to ride through the cycles. It's pretty much what you're going to do if you're not buying the opportunity. And of course, 993 million there, almost a million there on penalties there. People there deciding to, hey, I'm probably going to sell. And I'm going to early in-stake my stakes, and of course this is 10,070 days, and then probably sell it into the market and say, hey, I'm just going to take my thing at the moment, take the hit, and go for the US dollar gain. Probably is probably some of the rationale happening there. But in any case, the payout's looking pretty juicy, 6.5 X per T-share. That does give you some degree of offset on price, but obviously the price is down pretty significantly. Let's have a zoom out and see what that is at the stage. we've still got Pulsechain coming. You're still getting 2-for-1 deal as well. So there's a bit of pros and cons to all of this over the long-term time frame. That's what happens. Let me go up to 1.73, I think. So we're going to go all the way down to there at the moment. So we're sitting at about 92.5% of retrace. We're almost at that 93. And if we hit 2.6 cents, like solidly hit it, that's a 95% pullback. So that's where we're at the moment. We're currently 92.5%. So a pretty big one, right? Pretty big one. And of course, the market is looking very bearish at the moment. But BTC, not so bad, But of course, is it going to capitulate and go to 23,000? That's what one is more probable than not. So we'll see. But ETH, man, that's quite out there on the ETH for sure. There's the whale bots. That's our penalty payouts. I think we're going to pull up. Let's have a look at the Zoe sheet here. Hopefully, I've still got the dollar cost average here. So bam. So this is the idea behind dollar cost average. So maybe something for food for thought. Before we get into that, let's just catch up on the chart here on the chats. Have a look here. Just pull up this one here. I'm just going to have to change my screen over here. Let's pull up the live chats. And Jay, everything's in the house there. Hex 100. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And Astri in the house there. Woo, got the second stream for the day. Superstar Superman A. Astri, appreciate that. And peace out there. Bit of Instagram model love as well. There'll be no twerking on this channel. And we're not a twerking channel. If you want that, go for Jim Rat Crypto with the arms and he'll be doing that stuff, man. WTS says TV. DB says, who and why would sell at these levels to each of their own? But wow, yeah. Like I say, people, when there's fear on the streets, when there's blood on the streets, when there's a bearish thing, people will burn their big paydays. They'll burn their stakes, and that's what you do see. And of course, they'll try and probably sell out and just garner any US dollar gain they can. That's pretty what you see with some of those bigger stakes. Now, obviously, like I say, the 50% goes to the stakers. And of course, the stakers are thinking long term, right? So you got long term stakes, you're thinking long term, you're accumulating all those penalties based on all the short term play. Because obviously, the price is going through cycles. Obviously, there's a pretty big pullback, 92.5% at the moment. And that's what happens. That's what happens. So you just collect the penalties as they come, and they're bigger on these days. And that's why I said, do you think these are good now? You should see, I think 24, 25 is going to be absolutely amazing for penalties. And a lot of that big payday will get redistributed from quite a few people. So if you see a lot of those, some of the sharks, some of the dolphins, some of the squids, you see stuff from there that's going to end up coming back to people that are new, people that are coming into the system. It's kind of a cool part of the Hex Pump design, actually. You are rewarded for long-term staking. You're penalized for breaking your stakes and stuff like that. Now, some people are playing the US dollar game, so they might burn the penalties. They think the price is going to go down, and so they're going to try and pick up more Hex at the bottom and then get more volume that way. So instead of staking, they're trying to get more volume by playing the price game. And, so far, some people might have done successfully at that, because obviously the price is in this 92.5% correction. But when is the bottom, That's the question mark. When is the bottom? And, of course, that's what we're looking at on our main chart. We're not quite there yet. I love the stakers get a slight, says TV. Me too. I think it's a very good feature. People are weird, says TV. Yeah. That's human psychology for you, though. My first buy was at 7 cents, and my break even is at 6 cents, says TV. Nice. Ash Trees in the house there. Well, it's not too far away from here. Ashley says, lol. What else? We got DB Hex from South Africa. Nice, DB. DP in the house there from South Africa. Big shout out. I'm staked, so I guess 6 cents is not real profit, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Well, you only make a loss until you sell, right? If you sell, you make the loss. Otherwise, it's just on paper. It's unrealized loss. This is the way it goes. So let's there are people who have paid, obviously, since we're 92.5% down, everybody that paid price that was, higher than that, currently higher than, say, 4 cents, they, if they paid up their price higher than that, or the average is higher than that, the way they can pull that down is by buying, a certain US dollar amount. They don't even have to buy the same amount. This example is pretty simple. Let's say you bought 5,000 Hex and you paid 40 cents for it. That would have cost you $2,000. But of course, now if you spent another $2,000, now you don't have to buy it now. Of course, you can try and time the bottom when it'll be. Obviously, we're trying to track that ourselves on this channel. That's what we're doing with this chart here. We're trying to track track the bottom with our EMA, 30 moving EMA crossing the 50% Bollinger Bands. So that was going to give us an idea of when the market's slowing down and deciding to do a trend reversal. That's what we're following. And so that's that. But obviously, if you assume that 4 cents is kind of the price that you're going to DCA in, then 50,000 times 4 cents is going to be $2,000. So you're gonna get 10 times more there. It's a pretty big deal. And of course, that you'll end up with 55,000 hex at that point of view. So instead of having an average cost there of 40 cents, you can have average cost of 7 cents, which are pretty dramatic. Your total investment though is set 4,000. Now, obviously, you don't have to do 2,000 to get your average down as low as that, but if that's the corresponding amount, you can pick whatever. And so 7 cents there. So let's imagine that that 55,000 goes back to your 40 cents. So instead of you having to wait for a 10x price increase, you only have to wait for the price to less than double to get back to 7 cents, right? So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, it's probably just slightly different from the 7 cents, and it's probably got a little decimal on there. I'm not sure what the decimal is, 7.3. So you have to get back to 7.3 there as a break even. That's your break even. So that's a lot easier to do from 4 cents, right? To get 7.3, especially in crypto, especially in Hex. Once we get some sort of trend reversal, I don't know when that's going to be, but once we get that, obviously we've got Pulsechain coming up. We're waiting for that. That should be able to lift the price as well. And this is what we got at 4,000 at the moment. That would be a total investment. So instead of having to wait for 10x in price, you just have to wait for just under 2x. And of course, after that, you're in the money. You're in the profit. You're in profitability there in terms of just doing a purchase. Now that excludes staking, of course, and Hex is designed for staking. That's the other thing as well. We're still early in the game though, just over 2.5 years in Hex, so it's still a while to go there. So that's kind of the logic for dollar cost averaging, and of course you can pay, do whatever strategy you want within that. You can obviously have more purchases. You don't have to all buy just at once. You can buy in different tranches. Buying Hex, maybe you buy at 4 cents, maybe the price gets to 2 cents, you buy at 2 cents. But of course, if the price doesn't go any lower than where you think it's going and it starts going up, then if you've got money on the sideline, you then have to pay higher money to get back to get a position in Hex going up. So there is pros and cons to that. Obviously, at the moment, the trend is your friend. We're still in a bearish trend at the moment, and we still haven't found the bottom as indicated by our EMA there, not crossing yet. So we'll stay tuned. It has definitely narrowed, but it's not over yet, as we can see that in the wider market. The wider market is moving down. So imagine the ocean moving down, the boats are moving down with it, but BTC is oddly holding on at the stage. But whenever BTC moves down, typically the altcoins move down further. When BTC is going up, typically the altcoins move up faster in percentage terms. So it just goes both goes both ways. We might actually pull on our altcoin site. Let me just see if I've got that. Pretty sure I have. Altcoin season, or maybe it's all the way back up the top here. Altcoin season index. Let's bring that up. Now, obviously, the fear index is at extreme at the moment. We don't need to pull it up, but that's where it is. So we are it's Bitcoin season. Yay! It's Bitcoin season. Everyone's like excited. It's the Bitcoin season there. Yeah, thanks very much. It's Bitcoin season. So we've got 14 there. It's pretty hardcore Bitcoin season. And this is on the 3 monthly. So our season being 3 months index here. And you can see where we are. And here we are, negative 14. So very much Bitcoin season at the moment. And we can definitely see that in the chart here. So here is the was what's made up of this what do you call it, a basket of crypto, and of course you got Bitcoin here in black, this black one here, and then you've got all the other ones doing worse, all the altcoins doing worse than Bitcoin, a couple doing better. It's got XMR doing better, TRX doing better, things like that. So that's kind of make it up. If we look at the monthly, then the Bitcoin season is not quite as strong on a monthly basis, but there it is there. But it's definitely Bitcoin season. And of course on a yearly there, slightly weaker obviously. It's slightly above there, 25, 27. So that's kind of where it is at the stage. So cool. That is on the altcoin season. I just like to look at this sometimes, it's a bit of fun. But anyway, this is the dollar cost average strategy. So you can actually have many tranches in there trying to lower your average cost. So in this simple strategy, you lower it from 40 cents down to 7.3 cents by getting a lot more volume at a lower price. So that's pretty much it as well. So it's one way of thinking about it. But nevertheless, you still have to think about where's the price going to, how low is it going to get to, so that you get the best entry you possibly can without getting out of the money, right? So obviously, if the price goes down to 2 cents, then you're going to be out of the money with this. Even with this purchase, will become out of the money at 2 cents, so you'll be down to $1,000 then. So you've got to ride through that as well. So you already rode through the 40 cents down to 4 cents. You'd have to ride down to 2 cents. That might be short-lived. Could only last a day or two, or even an hour or two in crypto. But once again, those are the downside risks. This is the strategy to try and get your DCA in. Once again, you can do multiple tranches though, and kind of offset that. So that's kind of just a general talk about that. Let's get into some of the comments out. Bitfinex says, can we have a Pineapple Express style movie with Brazology and Hex? What's that? Hexo Alex, dude, where's my Hex? Yeah, that'd be funny. Can we have a Pineapple Express style movie with Brazology and Hexo? That would be pretty funny, Bitfinex. Nice one on that one. All right. Oh, yeah, you've got a second copy there. I see you deleted that first one. Can we have a Pineapple Express style movie with Brazology Hexo called Dude With My Ex? Yeah, we probably could do that. We could have that following after the highest of stakes. Maybe we do it that way. All right. Let's jump back here. So we're going to jump over to the hourly here on the Hex charts. And let me just jump out of here. I just realized because I've moved it to the daily chart there, it's actually changed around quite a bit. That's right, I've got to move over to the Hex chart. Sorry, I was just still on the BNB charts there. Looks like we had a bit more sell-off there in the Hex. So the Hex is down 3.8 cents. And Hedron at 284. Maxi at 6.6 cents. And $2.20 for Pulse Dogecoin there. So Pulse Dogecoin actually turning around a little bit there. I might have to maybe possibly turn that up once it goes green. Blobfish King says, I'm here late. The new Maximus projects are amazing. Can't wait. Yeah, really, really great seeing that from the teams. Really, really is cool. And obviously it's not going to have an impact right today, but it is one of those blocks in the wall, as I say, about getting circulating supply out of the market. So the first Maximus product did 294.3 million Hex out of the circulating supply. So based on Gunther's numbers that he did when he was on Matty Allen's show, which was the 6th of June, the circulating supply for Hex amongst users, in other words, the public, you and I, excluding the Origin account, was 17.7 billion, and that was down 11 billion from a year ago. So, excuse me. So how did I get that? I had Gunther's spreadsheet from a year ago and compared it to those two sheets. That's how the numbers are calculated. And you can find all the spreadsheets in the video we did the other day, where I put graphs on those Origin account numbers for the Hex audit. You can check that out on the channel, and the links in the video description for all that. So, yeah, we checked out, so down 11 billion. Obviously, we had the big sacrifices with Pulsechain, Pulsex, and all that sort of stuff. We had lots of burning going on, 50% going to OA, getting off the market there from the public. So lots of stuff there, decreasing the supply. And of course, the Maximus product was a huge amount of circulating supply, 294 million Hex, just over that. And with these new products, even if they've got 12-month rolling stakes, stuff like that, they all about getting Hex off the market, which is a beautiful thing. So the circulating supply will go down further and further. And we've also got, obviously, Power City coming out with the Flex product, also doing that kind of shorter time frame for staking. And that gives that flexibility to a different part of the market that wants to do staking peaks but wants shorter time frames. That's pretty powerful. So we've got two of those coming out there from Power City. So we've also already had HSI stakes with Hedron, then Maximus long stake, then now short rolling stakes, at least annual rolling stakes, and then of course Flex coming up. Really is cool. That'd be 4 strong products at the least. And we could see many, other teams also entering with their own innovative approaches to that as well, taking out that circulating, Hex out of circulating supply. So that bodes well. It's a multi-year process, but it's definitely going to play a big role there. I'm very excited about that. Brennan says, just started to watch The Matrix again, says Brennan. Nice. Neo, save us. Bob Wells in there. Hey, evening gang. Good to see you, Bob. Bob says, picked up another 1.1 T-shares today at 3.7 cents. Nice, man. That's the current price at the moment. So congratulations still on that. And stakes. Nice. Yeah, well, Hex is down at 3.5, 3.6. We're now on support now. through it. Now hit the support line. There's a support line there. Let's pull that into view a bit there. We can actually see that we're now on the support line there, 3.6 cents. That is our weak support line. As you can see, we only have one resistance there. We powered through that when we were rising up there in May last year. And of course, we only have one resistance line here. This is on Hex Tools, Hex USD. And you can see that we only had one support level there. That's where we're currently at the moment. So sitting on that. The next line is 2.6 cents. That's a 95% pullback. That's 2.6. So that's down here. That would be down here. So I almost need to add that, which I'm going to do actually right now. Hopefully I can do it without. Let's put 2.6. We're going to put that in there. We're going to make that a different line. Let's do something else with that. We've got dotted line. Let's do a dotted line. And we're going to push that along. I'm not going to make it too long there, but we'll put that decent length there. 2.6. Oh, that's a bit too far. Yeah, that'll do. You want to make sure this is lined up. Yeah, that seems pretty good. It doesn't seem straight, but it was straight. 2.6. That's fine. So that's that. There is the 95% pullback. We're going to put a little text box in there too. 95%. 95% retrace. So we're on a major retrace. Obviously, the market's also in that place as well. We're going to leave that as the line. Actually, I might make that yellow. Let's make that yellow just to make that old thing there. So that's 9.2. Actually, I need to add to that. So 2.6 cents. What's funny about this is that it was only a month ago. That we were up at 20 cents, right? So it's not that long ago. That's probably what shocked the Hex community quite a bit. We're up at 20 cents there, and we're down 81.5% from there. So that's in 38 days. 38 days in the retrace. Now I did see some other content creators. I'm not gonna, I don't name names, but they were talking about the fact that we were actually, we got some signals that that Pulsechain was going to launch late May. Of course, that didn't happen. I've got the videos. I can show that as well. But some of them are saying that there was no expectation. Well, there was expectation. We all know it. We watched this, and I played them a million times on the channel. But unfortunately, there's some miscommunication there with the devs and all that sort of stuff. We ended up finding out, hey, actually, we're going to redo the validators and all that kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things. That's also now that's been overtaken now by the market. So the market now is on a retrace. So that's kind of old news now. And this is where we are at this stage. But let's hope that BTC can hold on at this stage. Now, a lot of people liking the bear market. Now, the bear market will allow you to increase your Hex position quite a lot. But it's not great in terms of this could hang around for a long time. People are thinking it's going to hang around for 2 months. The bear market can, if it keeps going down, it can be long, man. It can be long. And if we see geopolitical and economic stuff unwind, if we see the money printing from 2008 suddenly unwind and the financial markets really start retracing, this is not going to be a short play. So I'm not, me, I've been on this channel. I've never been a big fan of getting too low on the prices, particularly with Pulsechain launching, because there are other concerns more in the macro scene. So we'll see how we go. We just can do day by day at this stage. Definitely at the moment, there is a good opportunity picking up. We're now at that new resistance. So food for thought there. We will see. What else we got there? Bob Wells. And of course it goes lower, lol, says Bob Wells. Yeah, dollar cost average. Yeah, got to do it quite evenly. Bob Wells says next week DCA into some 2 cent Hex, says Bob Wells. Well, we will get another price there at some stage. Hex crypto message drew another line, a lower line. You're talking about 1 cent. Well, 1 cent would be the next one. So we're going to do 1 cent there, and that would be the next one. So we might actually put one in there for 1 cent. So damn on that. Let me just mute. I just realized I got my other video playing. So that would be 1 cent. So let's copy that. Bam. And I'm going to put that 1 cent. Have to do 1 cent. So I hope I really don't hope I want higher prices. You guys know that, but we're just going to draw these in since we're in a bearish trend. We're gonna look at that. We just have to talk about the market as it is, not what we want it to be in particular. So let's go up to here. We're going to go all the way down. So that would be a 98% retrace. 98% retrace if we hit 1 cent. Based on the price here, 98%. That'd be 98%. That'd be pretty hardcore, man. That'd be pretty hardcore. All right, so let's screen that back up there. We're gonna scroll on there, and there we are. So that's kind of our just to get that kind of looking right there. That's kind of our position at the moment. So we are sitting on the support that's in the chart. We've got 95% retrace there at 2.6 and 98% at 1%, 1 cent there. Obviously, we got to hope that 3.6 holds. But once again, it depends a lot reliant on what's happening with this market here. This is actually still up pretty high, particularly BTC. That's still up pretty high, 27,500. That's a still pretty good height there. We're going to check out nomics.com. We're going to check out nomics, and we're going to look at the year on year and see where that's at this stage. So year on year, we've got Bitcoin down 30%. We've got Ethereum down 42% year on year. We have Binance down 30% year on year, so they're pretty similar. 30% mark there, the Binance coin. We've got Cardano down 67%. Ouch, ouchie, ouchie. You'll be pretty unhappy about that. XRP also down 61%, 34 cents there. So ouchie, ouchie on a year if you thought about it. Solana there, so there's no communities not affected at the moment that you can see in the top 10 here. Year on year, if you bought a year ago, this is where your position is. Solana there down 16%. Dogecoin down 80%. 80%. Ouch. That's on a year ago. Polkadot there down 65%. We've got Tron up 5.3%. That's kind of odd, right? Because Tron's really done very little. And of course, that's where they're at the stage. What else? We got Avalanche down up 26%. So Avalanche still doing okay, up 26% there. $18.64, and then of course Hex has dropped down to I'm not sure what this Leo one is. Let me know. I haven't actually looked at Leo much, but it's up 97%. We've got Hex down 56%. Now we don't often see this year on year. We've been checking this year on year for quite a lot, but they're obviously down 3.7 cents. That's where we are, 56%. We were holding up. I think we were holding up about 30% above, and obviously we only need a couple more cents, and we're going to change the percentages pretty quickly. But that's where we're at the moment, 56% down on a year ago. So that's pretty much it. So market cap down at 5 billion, and of course volume down at it's got volume here as well. I'm not sure if volume number looks a bit weird, but yeah, that's where we are at the stage, down 4 spots. SHIB is still up. Can you believe it? SHIB the beast is still up 27% a year ago, and Polygon Matic down 64%. Probably not surprised there. Kronos up 18% for Crow, and then Litecoin down at 71%. Chainlink down 72%. Stellar down 65%. These are all such big names in crypto, and you can see Bitcoin Cash down 75%. Ouch. Monero down 40%. These are our old favorites. Now they kind of become old school favorites. Although I must say Bitcoin Cash is fairly fast, but there we are. That's pretty much it. So in the top months. So pretty interesting, folks. That is that. Most communities are feeling the bear market at the moment. It's just the way it is. DB Cooper says, just bought some now too, and it's gone, says DB Cooper. And it's gone? What do you mean by that, DB Cooper? Let me know what you mean by that. I guess you probably made some comments there. Let me jump over to the 4 screens. We'll try and stay at the 4 screens at the moment. I'm just going to pull up this. This is the Maxi one. And I might switch it to the Hex Premium there. It's kind of a better measure. 72% still. Let me just pull that up there so you can see all these charts at once. We've got the Hex price up the top left there, the Hedron on the top right, and so forth. Let me just pull those names up there. It's probably a bit better. I might drag that down a little bit there. How's that? Giant red thick line will be more appropriate, says Hex Crystal Meth. Ouch, that's the hardcore. There was expectation and it screwed me, but I made up for it. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, DB Cooper. Don't be negative. Yeah, don't be negative. We can be a bit more positive. I am new, but to me, it feels like RH is avoiding the F and the D and the FUD, says TV. Perhaps exploiting the U, says TV. What else we got going? Making jukies if you don't like it. Ban me, I don't care. What else there? Hello, as Lice Beneath says, hello all. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX for the win, says Lice Beneath. Hex below 4 cents, says Hex Continental. It is indeed. DCA as we speak. Yeah, people dollar cost averaging. It is tentative at this moment. It is on a very red bearish feeling at the moment. So dollar cost average, don't do it all at once is what I would say. Just don't come in here spreading a FUD. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, we can be a bit more positive, that's for sure. We know that the market's in a bear market. We don't have to put fuel on the fire, as it were. Jokes are allowed, says Briz. Yeah. Turtle Power, XX got Turtle. Woohoo! Yeah, go Turtle Power. This is the thing, right? So the retail book can pick up a lot of Hex at this level, right? And obviously, if the price goes low, you can pick up more. So dollar cost averaging over different tranche levels, different price levels is a good strategy, especially when it's bearish at the moment. Chancey says, if Hex goes down 98%, is the haunted strategy still worth doing it? The Pulsechain could also be at risk of 98% downturn too. Hey, Chancellor, that's a really good comment. I think Haunted actually has changed the strategy since then, because obviously that assumes that you're going to get down, and because you can go down over time rather than the flash crash, you can adjust your collateral. That's the kind of idea with, I think, the Haunted strategy. You can still adjust your strategy, or your collateral, I should say. But of course, if it did go 98% and you did no adjustments, then yeah, you'd get called out before you even got there, right? I think it's 89.5% or something like that is the call up on your collateral and liquidation. But I think he's actually changed it to a hybrid now. So I don't think he's all in on the Pulse. I think he's also got USDL going, holding USDL into the stability pool there as well. I think he's doing a trade-off there, and with this latest strategy, I think he has changed that. Let me know in the chat. I think that's right, though. I think that's right. It was a South Park reference, and it's gone, says DBQ. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, I missed that one there, DB. I haven't watched a lot of South Park. I've watched a little bit, but not much. Brennan says, dump it, baby. Dump it, says Brennan. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are buying. A lot of people love Hex, and they want to get a lot of Hex, and they've just come into it. They know the power of Hex in the future and getting T-shares and, of course, Pulsechain. And, of course, they're loving this chance to pick up so much Hex at the moment where others are selling it. They're willing to buy it and accumulate. Hex God says, I'm buying now and setting my next alert for 2.1 cents. It's Hex God Turtle. Nice. Well, we feel privileged to have Hex God Turtle in the house. Vacuuming up or some Hex there. Pulse said, today I bought more Hex Maximus token, Pulse Dodge coin, and Hedron. Well done, Pulse Beta. So there's 4 charts. It's a good thing I'm covering them all then, Pulse Beta, since you bought them all. So that's pretty funny. TB says Haunted strategy. I'm a newbie here. So yeah, Haunted is well-known and popular and community member that has done a Haunted strategy for Pulsechain, and it's really about reinvesting. When the price of Pulse goes up, you put your Pulse in, you get USDL out. When the price of Pulse goes up 10%, then you can put more in and you get more USDL, and you cycle it around. So you add to your volume of Pulse. You buy Pulse on the market with USDL you get, and you keep doing that, repeating it over every time Pulse goes up 10%. But of course, the Pulse goes down the other way, then you're going to get called on your collateral. But that's a base strategy there for Haunted. But of course, he's done a Haunted hybrid strategy, which I think sort of tries to address that downward issue with the Pulse if it did ever do that. DB, I just thought you meant stakes, says Bob. Bear market till when? September? Yeah, well, this is the thing, Hex Down Under. No one knows. People assume that it's short. But of course, the bear market could be long. It could be long. Now, the one thing we have got, of course, is Pulsechain coming. We just don't know when it's going to launch, right? We just don't know. So it's the uncertainty around that. So Pulsechain, all those other projects that I went through, they don't have, directly speaking, they don't have Pulsechain. Obviously, if they're on Ethereum, they're going to get copied over. But it really is an unknown. So yeah, no one knows. I mean, I thought I caught a nice bottom, but it keeps going down, says DB. Yeah, we dollar cost average into those positions is definitely important. We are at 3.6, seems to be holding at this stage. We'll see how we get on. Bob Wells says, I got into crypto a week before BTC hit 68,000. I've lived in perpetual bear market, says Bob. Well, that's true. So Bob was raising a good point. There's some people that have gotten in the BTC at 68. They have been in perpetual bear market. waiting for that. I hear you there, says Bob. Hang in there, nowhere to go but up. That's right. Like I say to you, Hex has got a long play. So we've got, that's why I always come out to the big picture with circulating supply. We've got 17.7 billion in circulating supply. We've got to eat that up, right? That's to get our chances of a price recovery. Obviously, you only need a certain amount of active stuff that's actually in the liquidity pools at any point in time to get a liquidity price moving up and down. But in terms of the overall picture, you want to get more of that liquid stuff. That way you reduce the chance of active liquid Hex getting into liquidity pools as opposed to this being inactive liquid Hex. Basically just sits in people's wallets and doesn't do anything. That's kind of that where people just like, oh, I just wanted to have a little bit there. I'm going to stake most of it and maybe have 10% or something. Kind of that sort of thing. That's what we want. So we want to attract more of the active liquid Hex, people that are willing to move that Hex into staking, even at short term. And that's why I love the fact that, you know, obviously we've got HSIs from Hedron, we've got the Maximus long-term stake, and that's worked beautifully. Premium at the moment, they're 72% over Hex. We've also got, obviously, they've got the second product coming out there with doing the short-term 12-month rolling stakes there, so that's going to be really cool. And then that's going to be out in a couple of months. We've got Flex coming out with Power City. All these products going to eat up some of that 17.7 billion of liquid Hex. We've got the Heart Wallet coming out with another Sacrifice that will be out some stage later. So it's not, this is what I'm talking about, this is in the future, but it's all going to just roll out, bam, 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 bam. And that's going to start eating that up. So the long game's still in play. We're at the Hex Investment Trust. We've got other stuff coming around that space as well. And of course, we've got the Origin account that can influence the inflation and the return as well by staking, unstaking, that sort of stuff, maturing stuff. So it's going to be cool to see that play out. And that not to include, of course, the retail book and, of course, highest of stakes and all the good stuff coming up. PulseCon, you know, Hex conferences, Pulse conferences, and all this retail virality. Not to mention, you know, maybe some of the whales that are out there too, as well. So the VCs like Overwatch, the billionaires, you know, that are out there as well. So this is definitely a lot to come. I just got done celebrating my June the 7th birthday. Nice one, Hex God Tittle. Well, here's a birthday present, cheaper Hex. That's the way we put it. Precisely says, do a YouTube search for South Park and it's gone. It's a funny financial joke about investing with banks. Okay, cool, I will do. Hex Crystal Meth says, single asset liquidity on Uniswap V3 is much cheaper than to accumulate than DCA. Single asset liquidity on Uniswap V3. Yeah, well, that's the other way of doing it, is to do that. So putting in some one-sided liquidity on the Uniswap V3. Never sell Pulse Flex, says EIS. I think November for the bottom, November 11th Pulsechain launch, says Bob Wells. We should probably do something. Maybe we should do another sweepstake for that when the bottom is as well. Pulse says, go to Liquid Loans on YouTube, Haunted Strategy. Yeah, that's a good idea there if you want to find out more about Haunted Strategy. Thanks, Pulse Beta. What was that message retracted? Not sure what's going on there. I've got to remember to look at my other computer because I always miss that. I'm loving this buy more every week, says Bob Wells. Very cool. Hey, Pulse Dodge is having a move. Pulse Dodge is having a move live. Pulse Dodge, look at that. Woohoo! We have to turn the plane to green. Man, oh man. So the whales are at play from the looks of it. $2.38. Maybe the whales are turning on a green signal. Buy. And because a lot of these guys will be sitting on US dollars, right? That's how they can move this price while the market's going down, sitting on the US dollars there. So watch out the space for this. When everything's red, what's a great way of attracting people into your project? Turn it green. So that'll be interesting. I haven't obviously done any chain analysis there. It's just me theorizing there, but man, that's interesting. So watch out for that for sure. We got the premium of Maxi at 72% over Hex. Hex at 3.7 cents at the moment as well. What else there? Bob Wells says, I'm a small player, but pretty happy to pass 10 T-shares stake today. All about the T-shares. Hey, well done, Bob. Well done. Hex is all about T-shares. And of course, you're going to get a copy on Pulsechain. So obviously the market will do what the market's going to do. If you're definitely getting some dollar cost averaging in, surely it will pay off in the future, as I talked about with all those fundamentals coming. The moral of the story is don't buy cryptos because you know they're going to crash. Is yeah, that's K4K. Let's actually watch that. That's a pretty good video. We're going to watch that as well. So there's a bit of fun here from K4K about the price retraces.
Hex went up 500%, and then it crashed down 40%. And then another time, Hex went up 10,000%, and then it crashed down 56%. And then another time, Hex went up 450%, and then it crashed minus 75%. And another time, Hex went up 13,400%, and then it crashed 87%. Moral of the story is, don't buy Hex, because you know it's going to crash.
So there we are. That is from K4K. And of course, Brazology there. The moral story is don't buy cryptos because you know it's going to crash, at least in this case, Hex. But of course, the price just goes through those cycles at the moment. Of course, we're in a bear trend as well. So we're going to match those two together. But that was pretty funny there from K4K. Remember, you only realize your loss when you sell. So if you sell during the bottom of a bear market, that's when you get hit the most. Obviously, you can ride through the price cycles and wait for a better day. A better price. What else we got there? Crypto Maniac says ETH was 150 when Hex launched, so that's the key to great pump metals. So 450 ETH would be a good time to launch Pulsechain. 2025 Ethereum will reach 20,000 in my opinion, so Hex Pulsechain will rise with it. That's one way of looking at it. I am in a different camp. I get the point I get from that position is momentum in terms of valuing up the price. I agree with that aspect of it. But in terms of everything starting on Pulsechain at 0 means that if you can price yourself up to a higher absolute percentage is much more beneficial. But of course, you still have to price that up. And of course, if the general market's got FOMO as well, then you're also getting distracted with general FOMO. So yeah, it's a bit of pro-con to me. I kind of feel pricing up from 0 on Pulsechain anyway is kind of a rally. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out at the end of the day. Great job, Bob, says Briz. Yeah, about 10 T-shares. Yeah, well done to Bob there on the 10 T-shares. Awesome stuff, Bob. We know that Bob's given us little updates to that before, so it's pretty cool. TB says, amazing, I only passed 1 T-share soon, so you are not that small, says, so you're not that small. Hey, well done, TB. Keep accumulating. That's the thing, and of course, the price is your friend at the moment in terms of accumulating T-shares. That's what Hex is all about. Bob the Buddha, yeah. Bob says, absolutely, I'm loving this. Next year, all will rock, says Bob. Yep. TV, this is brilliant. What else we got going there? Don't forget to hit the like button there. Smash the like button. And TV's got 5555. Yes, stakes. That's the maximum stake period. Literally makes me along. Yeah. Power plants in the house there with the Hex price dropping. Wouldn't it be safer to stake Hex now? Well, that you do get an offset with the volume of Hex. At the moment, of course, with the penalties early in staking, then the share rates probably climbing. Actually, let me have a look at that. Actually, we didn't check that out. So let me check out the share rate. We had a bit of penalties, say not too high, 8.1 million. That's a pretty decent day in the office, but still, what is the share rate there? 22,753. 20. Yeah, so not a big move yet on that. So obviously that depends on profitability that people are getting out of their big stakes. Normally the big stakes move that. So we'll see. Cool VIP, as we said. Stressful Struggle says, I remember screaming at people to get 4-cent Hex a year ago. That's funny, man. Flashback on that for sure. Let us play. We're gonna have a little break from the charts. Let's play my favorite one from Richard Hart. This is highest stakes done 7 videos, and this is my favorite one out of them. So we're gonna replay this. I played 4 out of the 7 earlier today. We're not gonna do that, but I'm gonna play this one though. I think this is a pretty good one.
I think cryptocurrency is one of the few things in the world that could really return power back to the people. Every year you get less and less choice, your money's worth less and less, your hours get longer. It seems like almost everything's getting worse. And crypto is one of the few things that lets you extract yourself from that horror. You can participate in the world's highest performing asset class. You can participate in trustless peer-to-peer revolution in finance where there's no banking hours. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's you and the code. Nobody else can stop you from cashing out. Nobody else can stop you from doing what you want to do. And when you give people the power to create good things, they quite often do. A lot of innovations come from cryptocurrency. There's things you can do in crypto that you can't do anywhere else in the world, and I'm proud to be part of that revolution.
So I thought it was a pretty good uplifting video from Richard there. It's probably my favorite out of the 7. There's another good one. I might play that later too. That's not too bad. Ether's going down to 3 digits, and I can't wait. Yeah, and of course, I wouldn't be. It's down at 1457 now at the moment. So it's certainly on a pullback there. Stress Struggle says, I'm going all in right now, says Stressful Struggle. Dollar cost average, Stressful Struggle. Dollar cost average tranches. Keep a little dry powder. There's always a chance it can go down a little bit further the Hex as well. What else we got there? Just suggestion, don't ever go all in, save some for the tips. Yeah. That's true. A man got a word. I'm not sure TB. RH for the win. RH for the win, says Lies Beneath. And let's do it, Hex family. Run it up to $1. We can make it happen, says Stressful Struggle. And Chris P. Bacon says a lot more room for further downtrend. Yeah, I have to agree with that, Chris. And that's why we're covering this line here with the EMA here, because clearly there's more down. At least let me put it this way: it's definitely strongly tended bearish, but of course it's because we're not out of haven't got a trend reversal yet. That this is your friend at the moment, so we just have to be a bit tentative. Now it can always move sideways, or always can move up there before the EMA turns back up. But at the moment, of course, we've got this gap between the EMA there, and we want that to close out. Like the 2 arrows there, we want that to happen. And of course, we want the yellow EMA there, 13-day moving average there to move across the 50% Bollinger Band. That's currently sitting at 6.3 cents, and the EMA 13 is currently at 5.7 cents. So we're just waiting for that to turn up. We're going to need some either sideways action or price move up there. So we're just waiting to see how far we go at this stage. But of course, that's deeply influenced by this as well as on the positive side, be influenced by big news from Richard Art around Pulsechain gamification. We could see some big, depending on how Richard does all that stuff, depending on how effective that might be on the market turning around with Pulsechain as well. So they did agree to the pumpamental. But at the moment, man, some crazy prices. Now, obviously, 38 days ago, we were up at 20 cents, man, 20 cents. And only 38 days later, we're down at 3.7 cents, 3.6 cents at the moment. Some pretty incredible stuff. Cool VIP, as we say, cool VIP. Now, if you haven't joined Discord, feel free to hit the link in the video description. There's a cool Discord. We got a great community and great information. There is awesome stuff here. Useful links. We've got useful links just about everything you can possibly want to know about Pulsechain, Hex, etc. Really cool. We've got short tutorials there also on Pulsechain Bridge and Pulsex, which is what Richard says. Make sure you play around before Pulsechain launches. We've also got new token links if you want to look at a lot of the new projects that are going on there. Now, each of these will do differently, so you got to really use your put your investor cap on. Some of these will be great, some of them will not be so great. Some of them have sacrifices, some of them don't have sacrifices. You just have to be very careful out there. Some of these I wouldn't even go near, but they're not what I'd call really dodgy. Just don't know if they'll perform that well. It's just like when they say 95% of businesses succeed, 5% fail. It's not quite that bad, but you definitely have to think, put your investment cap on as well. That's under riskier. We've got riskier there on Pulsechain. So definitely, if you want to join, we're heading up 11 people away from 500, which is pretty cool. So congratulations, and to everybody that's in there already. All right, cool. We're going to close out of that. Might close out of that even, and we'll get into it here. 27,500 BTC, 1462 on ETH, and we might actually pull up the trading view chart. Trading view. Let's pull that up. I'm going to probably wrap up in another 5 minutes, but I may very well be on later this evening. We'll see how things go with the market, see how the market's trending later in the evening. So we'll just have a look at this. 3 live streams in one day. That's not unheard of on this channel because we cover Pulsechain and Pulsex and Hex pretty much 24/7 almost, not quite. There is our chart there after the death cross there back in 14th of January. We have been down, and of course we had a massive gap. No golden cross in sight there at the moment, with the 30-day moving average down at 32,200. The 200-day moving average at 41,000, And of course, we've got the Bitcoin here down at 27.5. We broke down from this line here, this 29,400. This was our battle line. This is where it had hit and the way past here in July 21, all the way back here as well. Let me just get rid of that. All the way back here in January 21 as well, the beginning of the year. And of course, we're broken down now. So we're going to see something like this at the moment and head down to 22, 23,000. That's kind of where it feels like at this stage. So we could get a couple of red candles in a row there. What's it going to do? The Hex price? Well, of course, that was more likely without Pulsechain news, more likely to break us down. That's why I'm saying if you're going to dollar cost average, just be very cautious out there. Gain as much information as you can. But of course, we could always go down to these new other levels here, 2, 6, and 1 cent in absolute terms. Now, often we can have spikes down there. But at this stage, just to be tentative about the bearish scenario that we're in at the moment on the retrace. So food for thought. Obviously, the lower the price, the more Hex you can pick up. And of course, the more T shares you can get as well. So food for thought there. Obviously, nothing on this channel is investment advice, just my opinion. Cool VIP, as we say. How we doing? 10, so 5 more minutes. So we're going to wrap up. But like I say, I might be back on later tonight, my time, maybe for another hour. I think it's time for RH to do a YouTube video, hopefully tomorrow, so we can have 2 more weeks long. Yeah, I like that Hex Token. I like that a lot. That is a good idea. When Richard returns to the castle price go up, says Stressful Struggle. Yeah. Is he still in Iceland? I'm not sure. I'm sure he must be home by now. Sideways movement between 1 and 2 cents would be awesome accumulation for a few months, says Chris P. That would be a pretty heavy accumulation. Ideally, you'd want a lot of Hex skins to accumulate, right? You want more diamond hands than you want paper hands, right? That's probably the way there. So hopefully a lot of Hex skins are picking up Hex at the moment. TB says, I have never heard 2 more weeks yet, says TB. I honestly hope I didn't complete the miss it. Yeah. We got the Discord. Definitely join the Discord from Lies Beneath. Hey, Lies Beneath, appreciate that. And congratulations to you, Hex Token, on this channel and the Discord. Great job, man. I appreciate that, Hex God Turtle. And a big peace out there. And Instagram model love, as I always say, because I find that humorous, basically. That's why I say it. All right, let's have a look at another video file. We're going to break out of this and I'm going to lighten things up a little bit with the old helicopter ride. I love this one.
Craziest part of the helicopter is when he does his turns and you're like hard to the right, hard to the left. There's, I don't know, maybe he thinks it's more fun than just kind of like going like that. You can tell how far up we are because the trucks that move all of the land and the earth around doing mining and stuff, they look like little Tonka toys. They're like little yellow dots. When the engine stops, you die straight.
Pilot has a heart attack. Who's jumping in the seat, me or you?
You, because you're closer. And you've flown on an airplane before, so it's you. True. I'll complain though, from my side. From my side, I'll be complaining.
Watch that mountain.
All right, so that's cool. I love that video. It's got the cool sort of, I don't know, it's got the cool helicopter images. I really like that one. It's pretty nice. All right, Brennan says, cheers, Suitman. Hey, welcome, Brennan. And cheers, says Astrid. Absolutely. Got emojis from Lies Beneath. Special thanks for watching from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I may very well be back on later this evening, depending on what's happening with the charts out there. So you might see me back on for number 3, which would be, I do it every so often. Do a number 3 of the price chart is doing certain things, so might catch you then. Let me just, we're going to play out some music on the way out though. And of course, we're going to go through the prices at the moment as they stand. 3.7 cents on Hex at the moment, 3.7 cents. We've got Hedron at a 268. We've got Maxi at a 72.5% premium over Hex, operating like a boss. And I still see if we get a bit of a bounce on Hex, so that's not inevitable. We get a bit of a bounce back on Hex. You could see Maxi break out of this premium band. Been watching that pretty closely. You can see that premium band in there. If Hex does do decides to do a little of a bounce back, that's definitely a possibility. Pulse Dogecoin at $2.30. Also trying to, like the green candle, say, well, look at me, I'm going up. Everything else is going down. Come and follow me. So that we'll see, watch that too. Pretty nice. Bishop start with the claps. Take care all. Thanks, Suitman, says Hex Biker, and Hexonium with the stars. Love it. All right, let's play some funky music on the way out. We're going to play some Power City Core. That's how we're going to rocket this out the way. All right, take care now. Bye for now. See you next one. All right, bye for now. See you next one. Cheers.